Yo, what's going on, guys? Trey back again here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a video review of The Walking Dead comic book issue 94. So it was just released yesterday. Decided I'd throw up a review on my thoughts on it. An interesting issue of the book. This is let me see here, part 2 in the A Larger World story arc, where we get the group basically, going out of the safe haven of their blocked off home, and exploring and kind of getting to learn about the character of Jesus's group. In this issue, we get to see. Oh, this will contain spoilers, by the way. Although there's not too much to really spoil or any. There's no shockers in this issue. So we get to see the group, go with Jesus. Basically, they take him, and they don't give him a choice. They force him to pretty much show them the hilltop. So they pretty much, at the beginning of the episode or the issue is them kind of just talking. We got Carl here. He's kind of still getting bandaged up and that kind of stuff. And he goes into the room where Jesus is being held, and he sits down and starts talking to him. One of my favorite scenes of this issue is where you get to see Jesus. He's sitting, Rick opens the door, and Carl's like, well, if he was a bad guy, I would have shot him. And then Jesus is like, he's joking, right? And Carl is funny because even at his age, he's such a badass, for what he's been through and all that kind of stuff. And he doesn't take any shit from anybody, that's for sure. So that's kind of interesting. I think the development of Carl's character as we go through the story, that he's just becoming more and more of a badass all the time, and that's just not stopping. And he's telling the truth too. Like, if that guy would have done anything, or if he would have read him as if he's a bad guy, he would have shot him. I'm still not entirely sure that the character is not a bad guy. I mean, he still could be a bad guy. I guess we'll have to wait and see how that all turns out with the Hilltop group or society, so to speak. So we get to see some cool scenes here where they're going there on the way in the car and that kind of stuff. Just a sec. Okay. And we get to see some zombie fights where they stop overnight at this gas station, and Carl sneaks on board pretty much with them. And I'm not sure if he unties Jesus or if Jesus somehow gets untied himself, but he doesn't run away, he doesn't escape, he doesn't try to. He's taking the scenic route. He's just kind of being nice to Rick and the guys and helping them out. And there's some cool scenes where he's throwing some kicks on them, like some jump kicks and stuff, which is okay. It's just the way that Charlie Adler draws them. A lot of them are anatomically incorrect in terms of how you would throw kicks. Like, he's got them leaping and throwing front kicks and stuff like that, and then throwing straight back kicks behind them, which is I don't know, when you kick, or at least maybe we could just say that he's not, trained properly, so he just does whatever. But, these are not your typical, Muay Thai kicks. These are not your typical karate or, kickboxing, anything like that. Like, they're basically, the technique of them is incorrect, just to point that out. And they just look a little silly sometimes. Like, you've got one where he's leaping and both his feet are up and he's kicking forward. It looks a little weird to me. That's all. But kind of cool to get to see him, because you think about it, why don't they just kick the zombies down? I mean, they could just throw a front push kick and knock the zombies over and then shoot them or whatever, but we've never seen any character do it in The Walking Dead. So it makes sense that this guy would have figured it out and been like, well, yeah, I mean, if you don't have a gun or whatever, just kick them down. I mean, they're not gonna be able to scratch you or bite you from that range if you're using your feet, and if you know what you're doing, a simple push kick should be enough to knock them down, and then you could run around them or whatever. So that's kind of cool. So then we get some good scenes going on through it with it. They're starting to kind of, it seems like Rick is starting to kind of trust him. Then at the end, he shows them the hilltop or whatever. They haven't quite entered it yet, but you just get to see the layout. And the hilltop is his, his society, their group pretty much. So they're going to go and see what that's all about. Very interesting stuff. Can't wait to see what happens with this. I don't think it'll be a group like the Governors, because at least not right away, not at the beginning, because I think that that would be too formulaic. I think Kirkman's probably trying to mix it up a little bit. Like, yeah, there was some really bad groups, but there still are good people out there in this world. It's just that it's kind of hard to, how do you you put yourself at risk when your group meets them and you go and you go to their place or they come there and you want to trade this kind of stuff, set up a trade operation. You're always going to put yourself at risk or some of your people at risk no matter what by doing that. But there are certain things they need, like the group, I think they said they're running out of food, whereas the Hilltop, they're running out of ammo. They don't have like any guns or anything. So, they can set up a trade operation where they trade back and forth whatever they need, and they can work it out. Great art in this issue. Charlie Adlard, I mean, he never lets down, every time. He really is the artist for The Walking Dead. I mean, Tony Moore had his trade paperback with his 6 issues, but I think Charlie Adlard is really coming to his own, and he's, I can't even picture The Walking Dead without him. So this was a great builder issue, some very cool stuff, some very cool plot development here. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to give it a solid 9 out of 10. Really enjoyable issue, and opens up the possibility of definitely a larger world. That's it for this review, guys. We'll see you for the next one later. Peace.